A handful of S-rank gates have ever opened. One of them opened on Jeju Island, where humans could not live anymore. Even if S-rank hunters created a team, with the current state of deployable hunters, clearing an S-rank gate is nearly impossible. He had to abstain from entering S-rank dungeons. Similarly, he can't compare. S-rank hunters are unique. They possess the toughness that cannot be penetrated. Jinwoo dodges the monster's attack and immediately retaliates by lending a direct hit at its who are on another level, and tried it out of simple curiosity. Before he goes Wolf Slayer, and gains immense speed and strength that inflicts more damage to Bashan, he also activates his active skill, Sprint, which increases mana to 1 point every minute. Jinwoo becomes multiple times more agile focused by activating Bloodlust, but the effect is cancelled by the enemy's resistance. But his attacks aren't making any effects. Even Wolf Slayer, which is futile against Cerberus. The hunter receives an alarm that says, Hell's Gate for 3 minutes. Jinwoo takes a big leap onto Cerberus's head and shoves him that Cerberus does not feel any pain. Cerberus turns the tide when he aggressively receives warnings. His health decreases to below 30%. Perseverance, which will reduce the damage taken by 50%. Even ensure the player does not die, because it is problematic for the ideal player. It's different from a normal reawakening. He believes that he can become someone's person's expectations. There he accepts the condition of healing and returns to his system. He grabs Cerberus from its fangs and spins it with full force. There, using everything he has in one final dagger swing to eliminate the beast. Consequently, he levels up multiple times as a result. After all, he is well aware that he won't last more than a few seconds in the castle's gate. He gives 2 special items for slaying Cerberus. These include Warden's Neck points agility and 20 points sense, and an A-class castle. Elsewhere, an unknown wealthy person offers one of the elite hunter 20 billion EO of some major company, seems to be knowledgeable about the dungeon stereotypes. The elite hunter demands 10 billion more to take care of the other hunters. Sex like the ones his client mentioned earlier isn't problematic. But there are also statement hints that he's going to kill everyone involved in that raid with the main culprit. Becomes separated as a high-class hunter, and received some calls from major guilds, and entered the monitoring department of the Hunters Guild, because he wants to kill peers. 2 skillful masters are completely immersed in a sparring session. As every spectator. When the winner removes his mask, he's revealed to be Chiul. Responds that he is motivated by the fear of letting his body become useless, and as an apprentice if they are putting less strength out of consideration for him. His apprentice he had both arms. He doesn't like it when his past is mentioned, though. He appears to have experiences. The senior hunter receives a strange emergency call. Kinds of annoying calls. He decides to call it a day. His apprentice tells them that he wants to stay useful to this world for the rest of his remaining life. However, swordsmanship under the tutelage of a low rank like him. While walking towards the end as a magic hunter because his awakening didn't affect his strength. His sword doesn't decade, despite that he has no use for them in a dungeon. He believes there must be a room beside him. He realizes that the person he is seeing is none other than Hunter, that he doesn't recognize him at all because he has changed so much within a few months. That he shouldn't have said that. Although he seems a little ashamed, he doesn't realize that when he came to his senses it was there. Even he's not sure what happened when his leg was removed. When Jinwoo received the system, this was integrated were restored. Chiul expresses happiness knowing Jinwoo is fine and has after being safe, though he still can't believe it even after seeing it with his eyes. Our party leader replies that he is indeed heading to that particular place. After a few minutes of the double dungeon incident together, except for the girl who was first to run away after the double dungeon incident. He gets a little worked up when he notices coward Kim ran away that day, leaving him and Jinwoo behind, and reckoned a sword at Chiul, planning to use him as a sacrifice, though he also can't. Chiul didn't think this through, but ultimately they all returned alive, almost not recognizable anymore. She remarks that she looked for him as hard as she could and wonders why his leg isn't in bad condition. Suddenly a bunch of criminals charge the wealthy man 20 billion won is revealed as the main man escorting the criminal. He remarks to them that this isn't a picnic, so they should get serious about what they are as this signifies that they will be raiding a dungeon whilst being wary of the criminals. That the people who will join them are rehabilitators, and they will be raiding with rehabilitators. The coordinator further says that these criminals committed crimes to serve time in dungeons to reduce their sentence. The coordinator and the area they are at have diminished significantly. They have to resort to such magic will participate in this raid, so there's nothing to worry about. The approximately 10 C-rank hunters are needed to beat an average B rank. Something is off. Juhi replies that if he's raiding then she's also going. Chiul agrees to raid together with criminals. He is still hesitant. Taishush. He says that he will be keeping an eye on the rehabilitators, so there's no become the leader of this raid. Taishik doesn't oppose him. Instead, Chiul asks Jinwoo if he's okay with him being the leader. The hunter appears to not have. The senior hunter personally thanks the kid. He still blames himself for the death. 6. Chiol believes that his responsibility was the greatest when it came to he is thanking all the hunters who died that day. Chiol then asks Kim if Coward responds that he doesn't care at all. After this, the rehabilitators show Chiol. Despite that, the party leader doesn't lose his focus on any monster that rushes at him. Kim witnesses Chiol displaying immense strength. The party leader tells Kim to be positive now that all the survivors from that noticed Jinwoo's dagger skills and remarks that the hunter has improved a lot. Juhee also mentions that she wasn't troubled by him this time. She didn't in martial arts while they were gone. He replies that he just does some exercise, as a joke, but he saw the change in Jinwoo. He hasn't changed only by a other hand, the healer seems afraid, even from the goblins. He assumes that soon, she will have to retire from this line of work. Deep inside the dungeon into 3 deeper tunnels. Taishik suggests they should split because the clear time of the dungeon will decrease. Chiol agrees to follow Taishik's plan, taking the criminals to the rightmost path, so if they find the boss room perchance something different from the leftmost tunnel, he tells Chiol that they should go toward that path. The path he chooses is where the boss is, and since goblins don't give him. But more than that, he is worried about Taishik, who seems to be a troublemaker of the weak goblins. Goblins usually have lower strength and health than a grown man, but they are annoying foes who use sneak attacks and swarm their targets. They are both insects. Out of nowhere, he asks the criminals if they can, which makes the conniving hunter smile. He tells them that they will meet confused as to why children would be inside a dungeon. Taishik remarks that the children act that they can kill these children. The criminals express that they won't hesitate to kill it. Says that the right answer is to kill anyone to live. Taishik says that the criminals aren't troubled by the difficulty of the dungeon. He believes that if it's only goblins, to Jungho. He says that he never thought anything would happen when even the weakest hunter strictly correct. He tells Jungho that he has decided to bow and apologize to because he also did run away. Kim believes that they can't act normally after leaving hunters, they have to get used to something as small as bowing. Although he's not sure if the central path ultimately links back with the rightmost path, when killing extremely unpleasant. Taishik's job was to kill with as much pain as possible from the rich man. As Taishik gets closer to ending his killing spree, the remaining criminals are begging for their lives. This is when Kim and his friend Jungho died. The ruthless assassin sees them and realizes that the paths are connected. Woo and Chiol sense an extreme killing intent. The 3 of them rush to where Taishik's blade at Juhee. However, the hunter reacts quickly and saves the healer, a strong and fast hunter like him, blocking his ambush. He quickly jumps, but he took action when he felt that B-rank hunter was going to be a nuisance and is going to kill them all. Chiol is shocked to see a guild member killing humans, who told him to quit hunting because it is dangerous. Despite that he insisted on his wife told him to look for some kind of different job that wouldn't put him in danger. He remembers the unique question his son asked him, and the memories they created together. He can't die because of his family. Jinwoo finds Kim on the brink of death. Kim addresses the young hunter, pointing out that they can't heal him, because he has lost the man who betrayed him dying a fruitless death. He rages at him. And more than anything, our boy wants Kim to stay alive, so that he could hate him. He says that he doesn't want to apologize for being in a miserable state. He wants to apologize. He will die. As he coughs up even more blood, he continues to apologize. Last words. The hunter then asks Taishik about what he did to Kim. Here part. Taishik says that he has come up with a good story. It used to be a massacre a little bit. He describes the story he has planned to tell the people outside. They even tried to attack him who was busy fighting the boss. But it was too much. He was the only one who survived the raid. When Jinwoo tries to confront Taishik, himself believes that he can't stand a chance against a B rank. So his last resort since he raised a sword against a human. He asks the healer to give him a physical strength buff. He then prepares to attack. Since physical strength buffs on a mage, as a mage, he needs to be aware of the strength, stamina, and agility different by Juhee. He feels as if it's like installing a car engine on a bike and pedaling. He can't control his speed and takes a huge curve. He will probably die. Sin take the initiative. Although Chiol blocks Taishik's attack, it's normal for him. The senior hunter brought a weapon to the dungeon raid. He is a mage after all. Physical level couldn't even reach D rank. Holding a weapon couldn't make a difference. In 2 halves, but Taishik's incredible speed saves him. Chiol believes that he has proved it by being quick with his attack. However, the B-rank assassin he noticed the buff on his opponent. Taishik can feel the practice in those movements. To overpower the assassin, the party leader thinks he has to go a little faster, swordsmanship over magic, because he sees his opponent that is fast and precise. His catalog, causing Taishik to inflict a grave injury as he belittles his opponent's healing Chiol, and is irritated by it. He can't let it become an enduro, intending to kill her. However, Chiol appears from behind and says that his attack is nullified. The assassin finally begins to pay attention to the poor old man. The senior hunter's response includes bragging about having an S keep up, his skill will. But Taishik argues otherwise, believing that honestly thought that he could match the speed of an assassin's speed then, He's naive, leaves deep slashes across Cheol's body. He then comments that if the old man is different, but in this case, the difference of ranks is too high. With his opponent falling onto his knees, the assassin confirms that he is going to kill her. Cheol makes a surprising attack when he slams his hand down onto the ground, wave that lifts debris and illuminates the backfield. Although he used something, Taishik is impressed by Cheol's plan to unleash magical power. As soon as a sword is a trump card, he is prepared to die. But just in time, our boy Save cancels out the attack, but also puts some force into it. The girl is shocked, frustrated by Jinwoo's sudden interference. He asks the hunter just who he is, conclusion of his rank. In disbelief, Taishik calls bullshit. The party leader is also blown away. He asks Jinwoo how he managed to pull off a guessing game. He thinks that if the hunter was a fighter type, then unleashing incredible. After seeing his speed, he assumes that this guy is not a normal case, nor an assassin. There's also a possibility of his opponent being a false ranker, anyone who saw his power live. After critically delving into discovering the hunter's been reawakened. When both of Jinwoo's partners hear this, they are also abilities. The assassin senses that it must have been recent. He recalls that Taishik then says that he is going to teach Jinwoo a lesson as his superior. Following this question, the assassin counters the hunter with another question, clarifies that he means everything. Taishik sarcastically remarks that the E-rank hunter that he's not doing this for fun. Flashbacks show the time when the assassin accepted doing this, and the rich man revealed that one of the prisoners was responsible for traumatizing, and her mother is still in the hospital from the shock. Taishik's client further accepts after a few years, despite what he's done, doesn't let him sleep at night. So worth 30 billion won. Back to the present, the assassin tells Jinwoo criminals. He reveals that he tried to refuse by increasing the price, but as he doesn't want to hurt Jinwoo and his friends. He would let them leave only if they The hunter replies that he has realized that Taishik isn't going to let them go because and show who's superior. But it's not like our boy was gonna buy that crap anyway, plotting fake stories a second ago. As soon as the hunter shares his opinion, between them, and successfully lands a strike. He never intended to leave them alive. Our boy tells him that he's pitiful as well because he's going to die soon. Thinks. He calls the hunter's attempts weak and slow. But in the eyes of the new level, he isn't seeing the same Jinwoo that earned the title of the world's. Says that he never knew he would come across a hunter like him. He realizes that it's his fastest speed because even if our boy's eyes can catch up, his body's a barrier around him. After seeing haste and burn, the assassin comes to continue to fight with incredible speed. Taishik thinks that he can win this fight because at the beginning he was troubled by the healer, and when he finds that chance, he doesn't waste it, manages to block the attack that was aimed at her. But our boy's lack of focus racks. The assassin expected the hunter to fall to his knees first, but pretty durable. In the critical moment, Jinwoo receives an emergency quest to the system's killing intent. He reveals that the system is activated on its own killing intent in close proximity. And as always, if Jinwoo fails to dramatic development of revealing the emergency quest, he tells Taishik that about this remark, because it's crystal clear that he has a clear edge in this battle, and him another reason to kill his opponent now. He can match Taishik's speed, deems himself an excellent challenge for the E-rank because he specializes in daggers and for assassination. Snapping back with a reply, our boy taunts Taishik for ill. He stuns Taishik with a burst of agility that the assassin wasn't expecting. Deep wound that worsens due to the paralysis buff activated. Following the paralysis, Taishik's health by 1% every second. Taishik finds out that Jinwoo's dagger effects are automatically cancelled out, as the opponent is strong and has resist fun as well, and the dark aura vanishes the moment Taishik's presence is gone. Because of our boy's sharp senses that Jinwoo manages to block his invisible opponents, he erases his shape, smell, sound, and even aura. Only a minute says that no one knows he has this stealth skill, the reason being no one has ever severs Jinwoo's tendons. He also reveals that the hunter's wound can only be where healing spells wouldn't work. There's nothing he can do. Taishik points at Juhi. Anyone would be. She is freaked out and traumatized after undergoing two terrible. Going like this, Jinwoo's stamina will run out first. He can't request help. He wants to buy the hunter enough time to get healed. Taishik warns him that he cannot reach the speed he had earlier. Our boy snaps back by once again responding to the dude to recover, shocking everyone. Taishik is shocked more than anyone, and seeing him using healing spells, despite being an offense class hunter, he questions, because it has its limitations.